Oh, you're back again, I see, huh? Well, welcome back to TTBurger Game Reviews, and this is episode 119, part 2 of my Myst Series review. Now, we have a lot to talk about here, but those of you who missed what happened in episode 119, part 1, I got you covered here. We have something called a TTBurger recap to show you all what you missed. In episode 119, part 1 of 3, I took a look at the original Myst, the PlayStation version, and gave it a 7 out of 10 because of some problems I had with the game, like the shrunk down screen and the load times being a little long when transitioning from one scene to the next and stuff, and some of the puzzles being a little overly difficult and stuff. But for the most part, it's a good game, just be warned that it has some problems there and stuff. So I'm just saying there. But if you can find the PlayStation version or PC version or so, check them out because they're both worth it. I have not put the side version, so I can't say anything there. But next we're going to zoom ahead to the year 1997 and we're going to look at the sequel to Myst here, and we first got this on the PC, then we got it for the PlayStation because our PC wasn't running it really well and stuff, so we decided to get the console version, and that's what we stuck to, and I'm kind of glad we did because I preferred the PlayStation versions over the PC versions because I'm just not big into PC gaming here. But we're going to get started here with Riven, the sequel to Myst, released in 1997 by Cyan Studios once again, and Acclaim published the PlayStation version and stuff. Now, what is there to say about Riven, the sequel to Myst? Well, with the work of Rand Miller and Robin Miller, this is the best game in the Myst series, hands down. Nothing can get better than that. I mean, sure, the sequels were good and stuff like that and such, but nothing will top how great Riven was and stuff. You take everything from the original Myst and improve it greatly, and what we get is a fantastic point-and-click adventure game and a fantastic Myst game. Now we got a lot to talk about here, so let's get started here. The story. You once again play as the Stranger, as Atris, the main non-playable protagonist of Myst, needs your help to free his wife Catherine, who is held hostage on the dying age of Riven, also known as the Fifth Age. Catherine is being held hostage by Gen, Atris' father, who has been declared ruler of Riven, and your goals are to capture Gen, rescue Catherine and the villagers of Riven, and signal Atris, who will come with the Leaking Brook to bring them back. Like I mentioned, the age is dying because of Gen. The age of Riven, which was one big island, has broken up into 5 smaller islands, and Gen has kept 4 of the islands to himself, and the villagers are left down to 1 island to live on stuff. What I like about Riven is how alive the age feels. In Myst, the ages you explored were empty and there was nobody there. But in Riven, it feels alive. There's people here and you see stuff going around and stuff, like creatures flying around and stuff, and it's very atmospheric to me. You can only explore one age in this game, which is the age of Riven, but it's one big age with 5 small islands that you explore and stuff like that. And each island looks different and stuff, and they're very vastly awesome and they're fun to explore, definitely. The game looks fantastic even to this day. All the backgrounds look full of life with people and these cool creatures walking around and stuff like that, like fish creatures like warts and sunners that splash in the water and stuff, and you see beetles and frogs and stuff and fish, and it's very lifelike. It's almost like a place you would explore in real life. And when you're walking around Riven, you can't help but feel like that because it feels so lifelike and it's full of life. You can't help but feel like it'd be a great place to go explore if you ever go on vacation and stuff. We once again have live actors here in the game, and they fit the game really well. Rand Miller once again reprises his role as Atris and stuff, and he is the best actor hands down and stuff. And the video quality looks better than it did in Myst. In Myst, they look like meaty files that are very blurry and compressed, but here you don't see that anymore. Look how Atris looks in this game compared to how he did in the last game, which I can't really show because I don't want to spoil anything, but he looks much better and more detailed here in Riven, the sequel to Myst, definitely. The only drawback of the game with the presentation is that when there are moving objects on a screen, stuff flying around and stuff, the game can slow down, and you can tell it's slowing down because the way your hand moves and stuff like that with the D-pad, it slows down and stuff, which it is noticeable, but it's not a bad feature and stuff. It's not a game killer and stuff. Now for sound, the sound is awesome. Music is great. I love the music. It's the best in any Myst game, and it feels very atmospheric and kind of eerie too, depending on where you're exploring, because you're exploring this dying age and you don't know what to expect. And the acting is great too, especially by Rand Miller, who reprises Atris and stuff, and he does a fantastic job along with other actors too, which I'm not going to say. And an interesting thing here about the acting is that a lot of the actors speak in a fictional language called Rivenese, and it's very cool how they're speaking this fictional language, and even though you can't understand the language, it's very interesting to hear them speak in Rivenese and Dunny and stuff. And the backgrounds and sound effects are more realistic too. They don't loop constantly like how they did in Myst, and they sound more realistic, definitely. One flaw in as with the PlayStation version is that some of the sound effects in Riven, the sequel to Myst, the PlayStation version will not play, and I can understand that this game is going to have faults and stuff there, so I'm just going to say that there. But still, like, it's just a little problem I have there, nothing personal. But now let's get into the gameplay here. The gameplay of Riven, the sequel to Myst, it's a huge improvement over the original Myst, but it has a few problems. Like I mentioned earlier, you have 5 islands to explore. Temple Island, which has a big temple and stuff, like and a gate room that you explore is where you start off at. You have Jungle Island, which is basically where all the villagers are at and stuff, and it's very lifelike too. It also can get pretty dark when you get to like the Work Totem and stuff, which is really cool. Which is one of my favorite parts of Riven Sequel to Myst, is seeing the Work Totem and going inside the Work Totem. You have Crater Island, which is like a volcanic crater where Gen's laboratory is on there and stuff, and also has a big boiler which takes you to the secret passageway to Gen's laboratory. You have Plateau Island, which is like also a small island where Gen studied the decay of Riven and stuff, and you have Prison Island, which Atreus' wife Catherine's been held hostage on that island, and it got pushed so far away that the only way you can get there is by linking book in Gen's lab and in H233. All of them have their own theme and atmosphere, and they feel very, very real. And you can also use the PlayStation mouse once again for this game here, but I'm using the controller because, like I said, it's hard for me to use the mouse when recording footage and stuff, but that's just me. The puzzles are great and challenging once again, and there's more puzzles in it too. And you're going to have to take notes once again or have the game guide, because they will come in handy, because there are 2 puzzles in the game where they change each time, and you're going to have to write them down on paper and with using pen and paper and stuff, because you try to memorize them, it'll be very hard and stuff. Believe me, it will, because the numbers are written in Dunny and you have to like decipher what the numbers are and stuff. So that's just me there, and without the guidebook it's going to be even harder. But still, you're going to have to take notes, and there's nothing you can do about that. A perfect example of taking notes and the puzzles having different combinations is with the Fire Dome combination. Like, these Fire Domes here allow you to access H233 where Gen is and stuff. And to get there, you must stop the kinetoscope which powers towards the Fire Domes, and once you stop it, it'll open up and you enter the combination. And the combination changes each time. So don't think that you have the puzzle memorized and stuff, because you'll have to take notes every time. And sure, some people may not like it, but it's challenging. It's called challenge. You're going to have to take notes. You can't just like expect the game to hold your hand the whole time and stuff like that and such. You're going to have to think and be patient, and that's what you do. And then when you enter the combination, you enter to H233 and it changes each time and stuff. And I like that because it adds challenge to it. It adds challenge, and I'm fine with that. You can't expect it to be the same thing over and over again, because people will get bored of it and stuff and be able to breeze through it. And Rob Miller Cyan Studios wanted something challenging and innovative, and that's what they did here. But now we gotta get to the bads, and the controls, while better than the last game, so like that, like I didn't mention that controls felt a little bit clunky to some people, and it would feel a little clunky. They still a little stiff, especially because you can't press the X button to move forward. You have to press the square or circle buttons to move forward or stuff, or move back, which is a little weird, but it's not a big issue. And my main complaint about Riven, the sequel to Myst, is the constant disc changing. You have 5 discs, and you have to constantly change them when you go to a different island, which I can understand for its time and stuff, but it can become a pain in the neck when you have to keep swapping the discs and stuff like that over and over, which can be a pain in the neck, but still, it's not a major issue. In fact, the Myst Trilogy Anniversary Edition on PC, Riven was only on 1 disc there, so they answered that there, but it would have been nice if the PlayStation version only came on 1 disc, but it's a lot of content in here. But that's just me, though. But those are the only bads, though. And my final thoughts are, if you can find Riven, the sequel to Myst, it's definitely worth it, because it's the best Myst game ever made, and I definitely recommend you all picking it up. Due to the complaints I have, like with the constant disc changing and stuff, then like the game kind of slowing down a little bit at times when like there's like when you see like stuff moving and such, I won't be giving it a perfect 10, but the score I'll be giving it is a 9 out of 10. Best score to give it, it's definitely worth it. Again, if you can find the PlayStation version and stuff, or you can find a good PC to run it, definitely pick it up because it's worth it. And that's it for episode 119 part 2. stay tuned for episode 119 part 3, the final part. We'll be looking at Myst 3 Exile. And how does this game fare to Riven and Myst? Stay tuned to find out. Now, before I end here, I am aware that there are other Myst games that I have not mentioned yet, like Uru, Ages Beyond Myst, Myst 4 Revelation, and Myst 5 End of Ages. Well, the thing is, I will admit I do like Myst 4 Revelation stuff. I did not like Uru, Ages Beyond Myst, or Myst 5 End of Ages, and I would review Myst 4 Revelation and stuff like that, but stuff I don't really want to review a PC game. It wasn't on the PS2, it was on the Xbox, and I don't have an Xbox anymore, so I can't really review them. But I'm just sitting there like I did enjoy Myst 4 Revelation stuff like that, but not enjoy the other ones. So I'm just gonna leave it there. But for the final part, we're gonna look at Myst 3 Exile for the PlayStation 2. How does it fare? Find out. Which is all I gotta say. Peace out, everybody, and see you all in episode 119, part 3.